Hello everyone, this is Kevin Alexander back again to do a all new video. This time we gotta show you guys all the games I beat in the year of 2019. I did this video last year, the games I beat in 2018 video. If you haven't checked guys, check that out. Check that out. Please go check it out on my channel. So this time I beat 15 games this year. So I love some old school games to new school games and all that. So let's start with the Nintendo first. Sony, all the way through Xbox. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. Like 2019 for me is focusing on playing the games, enjoying playing games, and being in for my backlog in my collection, rather than buying more games, which is like a really successful goal that I had for this year. Like playing more games, being in my backlog, and enjoying the games I have in my collection. So anyway, without further ado, let's get it started. First up, let's start with the Nintendo first. Let's start with the Game Boy Color game. And the games I beat earlier this year. That is Pokemon Silver on the Game Boy Color. I used to beat this game like 9 years ago. Like I saw the Johto journeys, the Johto anime and all that stuff, but I never really played games until like 9 years ago. I used to have this like 9 years ago. I used to beat this game. Beat this game. My starter was the Totodile and all that stuff. Before my batteries like they saved they got corrupted, and I sold it on accident, and I never played the game since then. But I bought it like last year and all that, and the batteries I have beat it. In my save that I have all my Pokemon and all that without no corruptions, all that other stuff. So, yeah. So 9 years later, I beat the game again. I still have all my Pokemon in it. My starter was a Totodile, which I used to have it for the first time before. Um, have it before. I got Lugia again and all that. But yeah, the games Gold, Silver, Crystal, the second generation of Pokemon games is really awesome because like you get after you beat the Johto region and all that, you could go back to the Kanto region and all that, like the first generation of Pokemon, and have like you could beat like the gyms and catch more Pokemon there. So there's 16 badges of this generation like more Pokemon, more content, more everything about the second generation games that everything that people ask for, everything was on this game. So and I picked silver right there because Lugia was my favorite as a kid since Pokemon 2000 and all that. And so if you like second generation of Pokemon, if you like fan of like Gold, Silver, Crystal and all that, play the original Pokemon Silver or the remakes like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, which have like very has more content better than the original. But yeah, if you like old school Pokemon and all that, if you're a big fan of the second generation of Pokemon and all that, I highly recommend playing Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. So that's the first game I beat of this year. So yeah, there's that. And the second game I beat, which is a Game Boy Advance game, I got all the cups. I got all the Super Nintendo SNES cups, and all that other stuff. I used to have this kid back in 2005 where I first got my Game Boy Advance SP. I got Frost Electronics and all that, along with my Zelda Minish Cap and all that. And that game I'm talking about, that is Mario Kart Super Circuit on the Game Boy Advance. This game brings back so many memories for me as a fifth grade. I remember playing this all the time and all that as a kid. If you're a big fan of the Super Nintendo game and the Mario Kart 64 together, you enjoy this one. Even though the graphics not aged well today, like Mario Kart DS, Mario Kart 7 is the best like handheld racing games of the Mario Karts in my opinion. But like if you like go back like memory lane, all the other games and all that, like the Super Nintendo and all that stuff, play Mario Kart Super Circuit. I highly recommend it. It brings back a lot of memories for me, and I have it in the box right here and all that. And while I will say I love about the game, it's really awesome. Like I said, like this game now has somewhat not hold up age well in my opinion, but because like Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart DS is way better than this. But if you're a big fan of Mario Kart and all that, if you're a big fan of racing games, I highly recommend Mario Kart Super Circuit GBA on the Game Boy Advance. Really, really love this game, and I highly recommend it. So there's that. And now going to some Switch games. The first game I beat this year in like June and all that, and that game I'm talking about, which is Super Mario Odyssey. This game, I love this game. It's like one of the best Mario games ever made since it like came out like 2 years ago. Like there was like so many like everything about this game acts for a Mario game is really really awesome. Like you explore like get like all power moons and all that other stuff, and like changing your hair, changing Mario costumes, like everything about this game is so magical. Like you can ride in the Odyssey, you use Cappy to do like turn like Mario turns like a frog or a dinosaur or all that other stuff. I got somewhat all the power rooms. I beat this game through beat the story through, but not 100% because I'm not like a 100% guy. But if you like Mario games and all that, if you have a Nintendo Switch, all that, I highly recommend Super Mario Odyssey. It's a really, really great game. Next to Super Mario 64, next to Super Mario Galaxy, and somewhat Sunshine in there. But yeah, Mario Odyssey. If you haven't played this game yet, if you have a Nintendo Switch, what are you waiting for? Play this game now. So Super Mario Odyssey, really, really great game. If you have a Nintendo Switch. This is the game first, and this is the game I beat of this year. So happy about that. And the second game I beat, and that is Mario Tennis Aces on the Nintendo Switch. This is a really, really, really great tennis game. Way improvement. I love Mario Tennis on X64 as a kid. I still have my copy as a kid right there. I love Mario Party Tennis on the GameCube. The Wii version, it was disappointing and all that. But this one takes the cake right here. It go back to like the classical roots and all that stuff. They have like a lockable characters and all that in the beginning. Like you have a beginning, like you have to be like all cups and all that, cups and all that in order to unlock all the like the other characters like Paulina from Super Mario Odyssey, Triple Koopa, and somewhat other characters. I don't know because I haven't really played in a while, which I didn't feel like going online and being more cups and all other stuff like. But when the patch that came out and all that, it immediately unlock all the characters immediately. You have like Paulina and all that other stuff. So and this one that I like about this one right here, out of all the Mario Tennis series, it has the adventure mode. Like it has the adventure mode. Like you have to go around, like do like tutorials to beat more cups and beat more levels and all that. And that's what I really, really love about this game. So if you're like a big fan of the Mario Tennis games, next to like 64 and the GameCube one and all that, I highly recommend Mario Tennis Aces on the Nintendo Switch. You won't be disappointed. This is a really, really awesome tennis game. And the last Switch game I beat, and that is like I beat both of them. I beat the Super Nintendo version. I never beat the Super Nintendo version of it, and I never played the Genesis version of it. And I recently beat it recently. And that game I talked about, those two right here, that is the Disney classic games of Aladdin and Lion King, which it has the Genesis, the Game Boy version, the Game Gear version, and the color version of both games of Aladdin and Lion King, which I never played the Genesis version of Aladdin, which is like so much really 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 hard like compared to the Super Nintendo version. Like the Super Nintendo version was it was alright and all that, but the Genesis version of this right here, the emulation point of this collection was really really awesome. I like the fact that you can rewind time. Like every time you die and all that stuff, you go back to your start point and like do it all over again. But the Aladdin part of the Aladdin Degenerate version took me a long time to beat, and like it was the only thing that only thing I like about this Degenerate version of Aladdin, like you can use a sword like a hash slash. Like in the Super Nintendo version, all I do is just jump and throw apples and all that stuff. But this one is like a hack and slasher. So if you like big fan like Aladdin and all that stuff, on the Genesis version and all that, I highly recommend the Genesis version and this compilation version of Aladdin and all that. So I highly recommend that. And the Lion King, which you see me saw do like the Kempton plays of the Lion King on the Super Nintendo. Um, and that game is really, really hard. But after I was beating this game on the Switch version, after using the rewind feature and all that to beat this game, I was really, 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 really happy about it. Like this game, the Lion King, even on the Super Nintendo, the second gen version, this game was hard as balls. As I really, really playing it, but I really, really enjoying it, especially. Like this game is really hard as balls, especially the I cannot wait to be the king stage. Like this, it took me a long time to get through it, but now like months later, I finally get through it. I beat the game and all that. Is I really, really, really enjoy it. Like if you like a harder harder Disney games and all that, if you want to try the Lion King, good luck to you. Like if you're a big fan of both of these games and all that other stuff, I highly recommend getting the compilation on your Switch, PS4, at Xbox One. You will not be disappointed. Like big fan of those Disney games for like the Sega Genesis, and the Super Nintendo and the Game Gear games. I highly recommend this compilation on your Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One. So super happy to beat these both of this year. So super happy about that. Now getting to like one GameCube game I beat, and that is Kirby Air Ride on the Nintendo GameCube. This is like really, really good racing game on the GameCube. I remember seeing the commercial back in the day on Foxbox and all that, where they showed the commercial of this game, and I was super really wanted this game really bad as a kid, but we couldn't really afford it because this and the other GameCube titles were so expensive at the time. But seeing playing it now, like years later, I really, really, really enjoy it. This is like way more better than like different than Mario Kart. Like you can do like city trial mode and all that. You do like sort of like missions on like collectibles, other stuff. So if you like racing games and Kirby games and all that other stuff, I highly recommend Kirby Air Ride in GameCube. You'll not be disappointed in this game. It's an awesome game. Bring my memory lane. Seeing commercial as a kid, playing this game is really, really awesome. Like if you're a big fan like racing games, all that, if you're a big fan of Kirby, all that, I highly recommend Kirby's Air Ride on the GameCube. So super happy about that. To beat that. And now that's it for the Nintendo games that I beat, and I move on to the Sony stuff that I beat. This is how I saw with the PS1 game, and that is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 on the PS1. I remember renting this game on Game Crazy back in the day on the PS1. I'm a huge fan of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 on the N64, which I still have my childhood copy as a kid. But playing this one right here brings back a lot of memories for me. I remember renting it on Game Crazy back in the day, and and my skater was like, I enjoyed the career mode and all that stuff over the first one, and my skater was Career Campbell, which I was playing it so much at him as a kid because he's a black skater and all that other stuff. Because of his tricks, like get more money to unlock more stages, all that other stuff. So the first one, the second one, and the fourth one, I have in my collection. But if you're a big fan like the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games and all that stuff, if you like the first one, I highly recommend get the second one, either on the PS1 or Dreamcast and all that. You will not be disappointed, and I love the Tony Hawk game. So super happy to beat that. And the first PS2 game I beat, and that is that game that I beat, that is Jak 2 on the PS2. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, Jak 2. This took me a long time to beat. Like this game is hard as balls. Like I don't know why they put so much difficulty in this game. Like I never played Jak 3. Like Jak 3, like easy, semi hard. But this one right here is hard as balls. Like because like I kept on dying so much, a mission getting harder and all that. The enemies keep coming at you and all that. But after like 11 years later, I finally beat it. Like, if you like harder games and all that, if you're a big fan of Jak and Daxter games, I suggest you give Jak 2 a try. You will like rage on your controller, throw your controller, and all that. I highly recommend this game. Like, there's like Jak and more grower. He's violent. There's guns. Daxter with his like humor, hilarity in this game and all that. Like, this is a pretty good game. But I'm a big fan of the Jak and Daxter series. If you like hard games, I highly recommend Jak 2. I still need to go back and beat the first one. So, but yeah, Jak 2 on the PS2. This is the hardest game I beat of this year. So super happy to beat that finally. And next up is a PS3 game that I beat. I beat like one of the 4 games of the series, and that game that I'm talking about, that is Uncharted Drake's Fortune on the PS3. This is a really good good game to start off the series. Like, basically like Tomb Raider in the guide version of it. Like even though like playing on the PS3 now, like you get the remasters, you get the Nathan Drake collection on the PS4. Even though the cameras and controls not good what it used to be as today, just like the PS4 version and all that stuff. But this is a really good game to start off the series. Yeah, I only beat the first one. I need to go like play the second all the way to number 4. So yeah, if you like Tomb Raider, big fan of Tomb Raider and all that, you're big fan of Naughty Dog and all that, I highly recommend the Uncharted series, especially the first one. Like, the first one is really great game, even to this day and all that stuff. Even with the Nathan Drake collection on the PS4, I highly recommend the Uncharted games, especially the first one. You want to start off the series, I highly recommend Uncharted Drake version on the PS3 or on the PS4. We will not be disappointed. So super happy to beat that. And lastly, the 2 PS4 games I beat. That is I beat the Ratchet & Clank 2016 reboot. It was easy. This game was alright. This game was really based off the movie. Like, the movie was kind of decent. The game was kind of short, unlike the original 2002 one. Like, I prefer the 2002 one over this one, but I still really enjoyed it. Like, I don't even like the fact you have to travel back and forth to planets and all that stuff. But like the guns and all other stuff and all that, guns and some crazy weapons, crazy everything about this game. So if you're a big fan of like the Ratchet & Clank games and all that, I highly suggest the 2016 reboot of the game on the PS4. You'll not be disappointed if you're a big fan of the Ratchet & Clank game. So super beat that. And lastly, the last PS4 game that I beat of this year, that is Kingdom Hearts 3. I really enjoyed this game. Like, even though it took them a long time to develop this game and all that stuff, I really enjoyed the Kingdom Hearts series. I love the Toy Story level, the Monster Inc. level. I didn't like the Frozen level. It was alright. I'm not a big fan of that. I love the Tangle level. I love the Hercules level. I love the Hercules level. I love the Pirates of the Caribbean levels and all that stuff. Yeah, I really love this game so much. I know they came out with the DLC and all that called Kingdom Hearts 3 Reminded. You could play like the other characters, all that besides story and all that. But I'm not really interested in that right now. But yeah, if you're a big fan of the Kingdom Hearts series and all that, which I never played the side games and all that, like Chain of Memories, like 358 Over Days, Recoded and all that, etc. Like, if you're a big fan of the Kingdom Hearts games and all that stuff, I highly recommend the Kingdom Hearts 3. Either get it on the PS4 or the Xbox One. And in my opinion, this was like second best game of 2019. So yeah, so super happy beat this. It beat this in my PS4 beat this game this year. I love Kingdom Hearts 1. I love Kingdom Hearts 2. And I love this game too. So if you're a big fan of the Kingdom Hearts series and want that epic conclusion of the series, I highly recommend Kingdom Hearts 3 on PS4, Xbox One. If you want not be disappointed, those are awesome games. So if you're a big fan of Disney, you're a big fan of Final Fantasy characters, Square Enix in general, I highly recommend this game. So super happy to beat that. And that is it for the Sony stuff that I beat of this year. And now lastly, moving on to Xbox. I beat one Xbox game and 3 Xbox 360 games. So let's start off with the NBA Street Volume 3. I beat this game, and I really love it. I have it on the GameCube as well. I beat that too as well. It brings back so many memories for me. I remember playing it on all 3 systems, and me doing like the arcade, do like a play mode and all that other stuff to unlock more money and get more, unlocking more points, get more points, unlock like courts and all that other stuff. So I really did. And even though I love the GameCube one better, you could play as Mario and all that other stuff. But this right here is really good for any other system. So if you're like a big fan of the NBA Street series and all that stuff, I highly recommend NBA Street V3 of all systems, PS2, Xbox, or GameCube. Doesn't matter. So this is, if you're really big fan of like arcade basketball games and or NBA Street games, I highly recommend V3 of any other system. So super to beat that. And lastly, 3 Xbox 360 games. 3 of them I go back and really beat because my original Xbox 360 died on me. I tried to fix it and all that. It still died on me, but I beat it on the new 360. If you can't see it right there, I beat on the new 360. Beat these games again. And those 3 games, I show you games right now. And I beat Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing. This is a really good racing game from Sega. It's like Mario Kart, but it's different than Mario Kart. This version right here, you can play at Banjo-Kazooie on the Xbox 360 version, and I really love it. You could play with besides like Sonic characters and all that, you can play with Sega characters too, like from Shamu to Virtua Fighter to Billy Hatcher to Samba de Amigo, and so much more to this game. So if you're a big fan like Sega racing games, like the Mario Kart version of it, I highly recommend Sonic Sega All-Star Racing on the Xbox 360. I would love to play the Transform one. The Sonic Team Racing, it was kind of disappointing for me. I prefer this one and Transform over the new one they released this year. So if you're a big fan of racing games and all games in the Sega version and all that, I highly recommend Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing on every other system. So super to beat that again for this year. And the game I beat this year, that is Sega Superstar Tennis. I beat the Planet Superstar Challenge to unlock all the characters, unlock the courses, and all that other stuff. So I'm not gonna play so much. But it kind of plays like Mario Tennis, but it's different than Mario Tennis. So like, if you're not a big fan of Mario Tennis, all that stuff, you're a big fan of Sega, I highly recommend Sega Superstar Tennis on every other system. So there's no explanation of that. So yeah, if you're not a big fan, like I said, if you're not a big fan of Mario Tennis, or if you're a big fan of Sega and all that, I highly recommend Sega Superstar Tennis on every system. So yeah, there's that. And lastly, the game that I recently beat this year, I recently beat it again on the new Xbox 360 right here. And this game that I'm talking about, I unlock all the fighters and all other stuff that again. And that game that I'm talking about, that is Soul Calibur 4 on the Xbox 360. This is an awesome fighting game. This release came out after the release of Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. I like the fact, like, both versions on the PS3 version, you can play as Darth Vader, This one right here on the 360 version, you could play as Yoda, which is like it's cool to play like 2 different Star Wars characters on each system. I like all the fighters again, and all the other stuff. So I got all the fighters again, and super excited. Like, if you're a big fan of the Soul Calibur games and all that stuff, I highly recommend Soul Calibur 4. I prefer this over number 5. And 6 was kind of decent, but 6 had decent. So yeah, I highly recommend Soul Calibur 4 on the 360 if you're a big fan of Yoda, or again on the PS3 version if you're a big fan of Darth Vader. So super happy I beat this game again on my new 360 that I bought this year in 2019. So super happy to beat this game of this year. And that's it, you guys. That's all the 15 games I beat in 2019. Hopefully I do more in 2020 to beat more games in my collection and all that before new games releases come out. Tell me in the comments below what games I have you beat of this year of 2019. So make sure to comment, like, subscribe. And my next video is going to be the 2019 year of review and one of my future of the channel for the new year. And talk about like the new series, new video ideas, and so much more. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. If you want to follow me up on my Facebook fan page for more upcoming videos at facebook.com/CampsOutletGamePage. And I'll see y'all next time with another video. Thank you very much, and goodbye.